Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl Becky D, live in the morning, 7 a.m. You guys, today is a glorious day, right? We are starting yet again another work week and preparing to conquer it no matter what is coming our way. But last week we were talking about preparing for the darkness, right? So you've prepared for it. Now what, right? You may truly be in the midst of the darkness. So what do we do now? Do we lay down and wallow in it? Do we get up and push through it? What do we do? Well, what you do actually all depends on the situation. There's several different things that you can do and not do. Again, it's all up upon the situation. So speaking in a common darkness, right? You tend to not want to lay down in it too long because after a while, as most people can know just based off of modern day comics and other stuff of that sort of magnitude, you can allow it to then consume you and then you become the darkness. But realistically, what you would like to see happen is that you overcome the darkness. You take a step further than what the darkness is offering you. You become bigger than the darkness. Now, there are many of ways to do this, and it looks like many different things, but again, per your situation of darkness, whatever magnitude that may be a bigger challenge to most than it is to some. So, now you have to figure out, is my darkness conquerable? Can I truly succumb to it? Or do I need to pretty much take another day, gain my strength, and then try to achieve what I need to take on the darkness, right? And again, you got to remember, we're using the word darkness kind of very loosely here, right? So I mentioned last week that in the darkness, that there is light sources, right? And light sources for you, again, can be of various numbers of things. It can be a person, it can be a place that you like to visit, it can be literally like an animal or your favorite TV show, right? There's little forms of darkness that's throughout that kind of helps shape and guide you to where you want to be and where you need to be. Now, I like to call them angels because every now and then we all just need an angel who's looking out for us, and we all have one, right? So your angel is there for you. And sometimes they're not going to make it noticeable because sometimes in darkness, there's a lesson that you need to learn, right? But the angel is always there, always looking out for you, never fully saying anything or doing anything. They're just like, hey, I see what's going on, acknowledging it. I'm going to watch from a distance because there is a lesson that you truly need to learn from this. But you will understand that, there's like, I lost that word. Can't remember that word. That's okay. But there is something more that you need to see before I can come in and truly help you. And that's okay, right? But that's a light source. So the light sources are there literally just every step of the way watching you. And sometimes they're reacting or acting and trying to help guide you along the way. And sometimes they literally have to stand back and be like, nah, you got to learn from this one. This one's on you, right? Because sometimes if we don't learn from the things that brought us to the darkness or happened to us in the darkness, then we'll just keep repeating the same mistakes, and then we'll officially turn into insanity. That is the definition. To keep doing the same things and expecting to yield different results. So, I myself do not like to function in insanity. And so you also have to know when to hop out of the wheel and the circle. Because if you don't, you'll be like that hamster that everybody wanted as a little kid and just keep running and running and running and running. And while for some of us, we think that would yield the body goals that we would like, realistically is not ideal. You eventually will get tired, and some people succumb to their tiredness, and that looks like, again, a very various amount of different things, but typically it's never good. So, you've approached your darkness. What are you doing? Where are your light sources? Is it watching your favorite TV show and eating half a gallon of ice cream? Maybe. Chocolate is mine if you want to buy me some. Um, is it going to see your best friend who lives in Minnesota and you haven't seen in like 10 years? Maybe. Buy that plane ticket, right? What does it look like for you? There's various ways that that can look and that can be. But again, it's different for everybody. You just have to figure out what you need the most. Having light sources already kind of there in advance isn't a bad thing. It can only help versus hurt. Well, that's it for me this morning. If nobody else tells you today, just know that at least two people in the world loves you. That's your light source, and then that's me, right? I hope today is an excellent day and a day that you can conquer the world, do great things, and just remember to put one foot in front of the other, and that's called a step. And that's a step that you didn't have to take, but you did take. As always, my name is Becky D with Becky D in the Morning, and I will talk with you all tomorrow.